particular product?
There was a international hackathon a few weeks ago called Geeks Without Bounds, and they said the best person, or the fastest crisis app built in 24 hours for solving some intense problem using these open source APIs and development packages will win an award. And we said, well, we need money for servers because we're doing this project called Geoloki, and if we enter it, maybe we can win. And we came up with the idea pretty late, and then we stayed up till 4 in the morning programming it, and ended up winning the award. So then we took that data, put open gov data from Portland into it, and made the app really quick after we got home from work, and entered it into this competition because we really liked what everybody was doing here. So Aaron did all the back-end work, and then I did the UX design and the front-end design work.
So you did all the hard work.
So design is actually difficult.
Okay. The next category is the most appealing. And the winner is Matt Blair. For PDX Trees. PDX Trees is an iPhone app that allows users to access the Heritage Trees data set and those trees around town. Users can not only pinpoint their location, but they can look up information specific to the type of tree they're looking at via Wikipedia, and they can also take a picture of the tree to upload to a user library. In the case of, if it's the middle of the summer and you're standing there looking at this tree, and if you're wondering what it looks like in the winter, you could pull down a winter shot of that tree, for example, that somebody else took. So it's a great, creative, and well put together app. Way to go, man.
I love this app because the more trees we can plant in the city of Portland, the more good we'll do for the environment. We're cooler in the summer, which reduces our greenhouse gas emissions. In a city that prides itself on being green and sustainable, still 40% of our electricity comes from coal, and the peaks get really, really high in the summer. So getting people excited and interested in trees is actually a really big deal for us. What was your spark of genius on developing this?
Well, it began as I looked through the data sets and looked through some of the ideas and just tried to figure out what could be interesting. And in some ways I went for this one because it seemed the least useful. It seemed it just wasn't a very practical data set, but it was kind of a beautiful data set, and my first reaction was, I didn't even know we had heritage trees. Where are they? So I put them on my phone and started walking around and looking to see where they were, and then I thought, well, how can I get the community involved in not just looking at them, but participating and gathering images. So,
And you know, Matt, the content of your app. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
I think probably a ginkgo.
Oh, that says a lot about Matt, doesn't it? Congratulations. Awesome.
Male or female?
Nice job, Matt. Nice job.
Matt, I have a question for you. There's a rumor that you have only 2 classes of trees, dead and alive. Is that right?
That's not
There's petrified, there's mummified.
The category is most original, and the winner of the most original, and I'm going to mispronounce this name for sure, Meilani Sachs Barnett. Wow. Is Meilani here?
Right here.
Life's been hard for you.
All right, anyway, in her absence, I will accept the award, I guess. Cut me a check. She won for the Portland Bike to Transit map. This is a simple, handy web-based map that helps bike riders figure out how the best routes for transit. It was kind of innovative in that it allows users to choose from a variety of base maps, street view, satellite view, or hybrid type views, and also would toggle transit stops, routes, and current bike routes, for example. I believe, according to the comments she made to her own submission, she is a student at PSU, and this was like her first GIS web development effort ever. So, way to go, Meilani. All right, so let's move on. And why doesn't this surprise me?
Multiple winner.
So next one for CivicApps data previewer. This is a web application that's used to preview geodata in CivicApps, allowing users to choose a data set and target or and view that data on a map essentially. This is based on an early idea that was one of the first ideas submitted to CivicApps data preview capability, because all we had was shape files and there was nothing. I guess we could have probably taken a snap or a screenshot of, you know, an ArcGIS session, but that would have been about as close as we could get. What Max has done has been quite awesome. So congratulations, Max.
Good job, Max.
Good job, Max.
So Max, you really helped make our data useful to a lot of other developers and just the general public. I was asked a question, you know, from the outside that seems like kind of a boring task. Why have you taken it on? And what interest, I mean, how do you stick with it, and what's your interest?
Oh, sure. So I saw all of this great data at the core of when CivicApps launched. There were so many cool data sets. And I was so used to working with data that's already formatted for the web, and I know the ability to take data and make mashups, and you have things like the big mashup everybody thinks about is housing maps, where you can see Craigslist postings on a map of where you can, you know, look at a map visually of Craigslist instead of a big list of blue links. So when you get data onto the web format, you get web developers who are really good at making human interfaces to things actually want to use the data. So it's kind of boring. That's very true to do the data conversion, but it pays off because you get to see fellow web developers take that data and make really cool stuff on top of it. So that's been really rewarding, actually.
Well, I can't thank you.
Nice job. Well said.
Okay. So the final category award is not something that was judged by the CivicApps judges so much as it was by the public voting on the website. And the winner of the Civic Choice Award for that is John Mosser, aka Jomo for PDX Train. Received the most votes by the public, basically. And this is an Android app used by TriMet commuters to find nearby stops, map stop locations, and arrivals and such.
All right, what was the inspiration for this?
John McBride. I'm a fellow developer / marketing analyst at Unitas Credit Union where we work. He kept encouraging me to submit an app, and he had made an app that actually won the first round. I used TriMet data, and I kind of copied his idea. So I was like, well, that's useful, and I have an Android phone. I want to learn Android development, and so I picked up the data sets and went from there.
Now, just between you and I, how much of this occurred while on work time at United?
Good answer. Congratulations.